Morning. It's Friday, May 15th. And over the past day, I've been watching a lot of the news because, I'm trapped at home too. And there's this major dispute about the number of people who died from the COVID-19 virus. And the Republicans, specifically the White House and their staff, are saying the number's too high. It's being miscounted. And the Democrats are saying nothing really about it. And the health professionals are saying the number is too low. And I'm saying, who cares what the number is? There are a lot of people dying. A lot of people dying. So what's the difference if it's 80,000 or 75,000 or 100,000? They're dying, and we're not doing a very good job about saving them. And then they're getting into this argument about Fauci. And who is he to tell us what to do? He's not an elected official. Well, none of these health professionals are elected. They are put to work because they are experts in the field of medicine. He's an expert in infectious diseases. Other people are experts in different areas of medicine. And they're all saying the same thing, that we have a problem. And they're all saying that we're not handling it properly. And they're all saying that there was no testing done properly. Now, if you want to continue the argument about the size of the death count or something, that's ridiculous. Do something about it. Get more tests out there. We were late on getting ventilators. We were late on everything. We spent 2 months of listening to the president tell us how nothing bad was going to happen. First, there were no deaths, and then there were only 10 deaths, and then there were 15 deaths. And all the time he said, we got this thing licked. Don't worry about it. We have this thing licked. It's going to go away by April. And Easter Sunday, everything will be back to normal, right? Well, it isn't back to normal. And what did he do about getting us back to normal? He dumped it on the states. He said, the states will take care of it. It's their job. And then he proceeds to attack them for what they're doing. Well, if you don't like what they're doing, then you should do it yourself. Don't cop out. Don't take this monumental cop out that I'm giving it to the states and they can handle it. They know what to do in their regions. They'll get their supplies and they'll get everything. And then, of course, that wonderful video of him standing in front of a couple of people with a red hat on and a nice blue jacket and everything and saying, if you need a test, you will get a test. Yes. When? When are we going to get these tests? We still haven't got enough tests around this place. This entire thing has been mismanaged and mishandled. And don't compare us to any other country. I really don't care about those other countries in the sense that they know better than us or we know better than them. That's baloney as far as I'm concerned. What you have to worry about is what we're doing here. And what we're doing here is not satisfactory as far as I'm concerned. The Centers for Disease Control, right? The CDC, all of those experts have been silenced by the White House. They don't appear before any press conference and anything. Why? Because they contradicted the president. Because they stood up and said the truth, supposedly, right? I say the truth because I'm 99% sure what they're saying is true. These guys are professionals. They've been doing their jobs for years and years and years. They are apolitical. They don't care about being Democrat or Republican. They care only about fighting these diseases. So you can't exclude them from the press conferences when you're trying to tell the world of something. And then when they put out a document, 60-page document complete with flowcharts. I don't know if you understand what a flowchart is. It's a picture of a series of events that lead to a conclusion. They put out a 60-page document complete with prescriptive flowcharts on how to attack the situation and how to reopen the country. And it got to the White House and they said, this document will never see the light of day. And they stripped it down to a 27-page meaningless memorandum, which had all kinds of contradictions to what the CDC's document said. So, that was going on. And then why? Why? Because they're terrified of this economy falling apart. 40% of the people who earn under $40,000 a year are unemployed, right? So that is a big number. That is a number that votes. So, the White House cares about only one thing. I got to look good so I can get reelected. But that's not what this pandemic is about. It's an unfortunate incident that got in the way, right? Now, presidents are measured in greatness, and they only perform great when some event comes along that allows them to show how great they are, right? Well, this event has come along, and I think that Mr. Trump has performed far below greatness, far below even good. I would call his performance monumentally mediocre. And I think I'm running out of time and I'm running out of breath right here. But this whole argument about the counts is ridiculous. It's just a way to take our mind off the real truth, which is we have done a shitty job fighting this pandemic. And I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to listen to our scientists. We need to listen to these public officials who have no allegiance to any political party and are just out there to help the American people. So when Trump and all of those assholes who hang out with him denigrate these guys, that is the biggest problem that we face. Because in a little while, the fall will come around and this pandemic will reappear. I thank you very much for listening.